When you're trying to figure out what to do with your savings, there are a ton of options and it can be confusing, especially if you don't know what you're looking at or where to even look. So let's talk about the different types of savings options. I'm going to be talking about 4 different options here. We have regular savings, high yield savings account, CD or certificate of deposit, and investing. First up is regular savings. You can find this at any old bank. It usually has very low interest, like 0.01% interest, which is essentially nothing. It may have fees associated with it, and overall, it's not really helpful, and I would not recommend that you keep your savings in an account like this. Then we have high yield savings, which is personally one of my favorites. You can usually find these at online banks, and they're usually anywhere between 2 to 5, sometimes more percent interest. This means that when your savings is sitting in this account, it is making money just by sitting there. It works like a regular savings, so it is still accessible, and that money you're getting in interest is basically free money. You do have to pay tax on the interest that you gain, not the total balance, just the interest, but that is drops in the bucket compared to the free money that you're getting. Then we have a certificate of deposit, which is kind of like a high yield savings account, except it's not easily accessible. So you basically put your money into a CD for a fixed time period, and it has a fixed interest rate, which can be higher than even a high yield savings account. But your money is going to be locked away until that fixed time period ends. The rates can be higher than a high yield savings account because you have agreed to lock your money up for a fixed time period. Now, it's not going to be like years or anything like that. It's usually 6 months, 12 months, time periods like that. So I would not put your entire emergency fund in a CD because if you need to use it, you're not going to be able to access it. This can be a good way to get guaranteed interest on your money for a fixed time period if you're not comfortable with investing yet, but this is only for money that you do not need in the immediate future. So do not put your emergency fund there. Investing is totally different than all of these, but I get this question all the time. Can I just invest my emergency fund? The answer to that is no, I would not advise that because this is not a guaranteed thing. Now, you can get higher returns on your investments if you know what you're doing, but you can also lose all your money if you don't know what you're doing. And you need to think about this as a longer term strategy, not like a get rich quick type of thing, not like a thing that's going to pay you out every month. This is where we save for retirement over here, and then your money sits in the market and makes compound interest over time. And it can turn your money into a lot of money over a longer period of time, but this is not a short-term strategy. So to make a long story short, I would put your emergency fund in a high yield savings account so that you can access it if you need it. If you have anything additional to your emergency fund, you can put that in a CD if you can find a good rate that you want to take advantage of, but do not stick your whole emergency fund there. And then if you want to invest, that is for retirement savings for the long term. If you need help finding a good high yield savings account or good CDs, I do have comparisons for both of these at the link in my bio. They are free to use. You can just go look at them and kind of play around and see what are the good rates, what are the good banks, which one do you want to go with. I hope this helps so you can know the difference between all of these. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. You got this, friend.